Welcome to Fleur Fluency. Let's practice English conversation. We will cover food, travel, work, and daily life.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Fleur Fluency. I'm Fleur.
And I'm Haren. Hello, everyone. We're really happy to spend some time with you today.
Can I ask you something before we begin?
Of course. What are you thinking about?
Why do some people study English for years but still feel uncomfortable when they hear a normal conversation?
That is a good question. I think many learners spend a lot of time reading grammar rules and memorizing individual words, but they do not spend enough time listening to English in complete natural conversations.
Exactly. They may understand every sentence in a grammar exercise, but real people do not speak like grammar exercises.
No, they don't. Real conversations move from one topic to another. People react, laugh, pause, change their minds, and sometimes forget what they were going to say.
That last one happens to me in every language.
Me too. So today, we are not going to give you a difficult test, and we are definitely not going to ask you to memorize 50 rules. We are simply going to talk about real life in clear, natural English.
We'll talk about mornings, work, food, travel, technology, health, home, weather, and free time.
You can listen while you are walking, cleaning, traveling, or sitting somewhere with a cup of coffee. You do not need to understand every single word. Just relax, follow the conversation, and notice the phrases that appear more than once.
After each topic, we'll explain a few useful words and expressions, and near the end, we'll ask you some questions so you can think about your own life in English. There is no pressure to answer perfectly. A short, honest answer is enough.
So make yourself comfortable, get a cup of tea, coffee, or water, and just listen. Your English practice starts now.
Section 1. Have you made any travel plans for this year?
Yes, I am hoping to visit Portugal in September.
Have you been there before?
No, it will be my first time. A friend went last year and showed me some beautiful photographs.
Which part are you planning to visit?
I would like to spend a few days in Lisbon and then travel to a smaller town near the coast.
That sounds like a good balance between city life and somewhere quieter.
That's the idea. I enjoy cities, but after a few days, I usually want a place that feels less busy.
Have you booked anything yet?
Only the flights. I am still looking at accommodation.
Are you thinking about a hotel or an apartment?
Probably a small apartment. I like having a kitchen, even if I don't cook every day. It can also feel more comfortable if you are staying for a week.
Exactly. I would also like to stay in a neighborhood where local people live, not only in the main tourist area. How do you choose accommodation?
I check the location first, then read recent reviews. I also look at public transport because I don't want to spend half the holiday traveling across the city.
That is sensible. Do you make a detailed itinerary?
Not extremely detailed. I write down a few places I definitely want to see, but I leave some free time.
I prefer that too. If every single hour is planned, the holiday starts feeling like work.
Exactly. Sometimes the best part of a trip is something you didn't plan, like finding a small cafe or walking into an interesting street.
Yes. What was your most memorable trip?
Probably a trip to Scotland a few years ago. We drove through the Highlands and visited several small villages.
What did you like most?
The landscape, the mountains, lakes, and empty roads were beautiful. The weather changed every 20 minutes, but that was part of the experience.
Did it rain a lot?
Of course, we had sunshine, rain, wind, and fog all on the same day.
That sounds very Scottish.
It was. One morning we planned to walk near a lake, but the rain was so heavy that we had to change our plans.
What did you do instead?
We found a small cafe and stayed there for almost 2 hours. We had soup, tea, and a long conversation with the owner.
So the bad weather created a good memory.
Exactly. Things didn't go as planned, but the day was still enjoyable. Do you pack lightly when you travel?
I try, but I'm not very successful.
How much do you take?
Usually much more than I need. I pack clothes for every possible type of weather and every possible situation.
Even situations that will probably never happen?
Yes, I think, what if there's a formal dinner, even when I'm going on a walking holiday?
Has there ever been a surprise formal dinner?
Never.
Then perhaps you can leave those clothes at home.
I know, but it's difficult. How do you pack?
I pack quite lightly. I choose clothes that can be worn together and take one pair of comfortable shoes.
Only one pair?
Maybe two if the trip is long.
I respect that level of discipline. Do you enjoy airports?
I enjoy the feeling of going somewhere, but I do not enjoy the waiting. Airports involve a lot of waiting. Checking in, going through security, waiting at the gate, and then waiting on the plane. Do you arrive very early?
Yes, I would much rather wait at the airport than feel stressed about missing the flight.
I agree. I once arrived late because the train to the airport was delayed.
Did you miss the flight?
No, but I had to run through the airport carrying my suitcase.
That sounds stressful.
It was. By the time I reached the gate, I was exhausted, and the plane hadn't even started boarding.
So you ran for nothing.
Exactly.
Vocabulary review. Travel. Let's review some useful travel words. Accommodation is the place where you stay, such as a hotel, hostel, or apartment. We're looking for affordable accommodation near the city center.
An itinerary is your travel plan, including where you will go and what you will do. Our itinerary includes 3 days in Lisbon.
Luggage means the bags and suitcases you take when you travel. My luggage is very heavy.
A boarding pass is the document that allows you to get on the plane. You can download your boarding pass to your phone.
And a delay happens when something starts or arrives later than planned. Our flight was delayed by 2 hours.
Let's repeat. We are looking for accommodation. I need to check the itinerary. My luggage is too heavy. Where is my boarding pass? The flight has been delayed.
Now think about your own travel experiences. Where was the last place you visited? Do you prefer detailed travel plans or flexible plans? And what is one country you would like to visit?
Keep those memories and ideas in mind for the next part.
By the way, how much time do you think you spend on your phone every day?
I do not want to know the exact number.
That usually means the number is quite high.
Probably. I use my phone for work messages, maps, music, and many other useful things.
And social media?
Yes, social media too.
How much of your screen time is actually useful?
That is a difficult question. An honest answer, maybe half of it is useful. The rest is probably unnecessary scrolling.
I understand. Sometimes I open my phone to check one message and then realize 20 minutes later that I'm watching videos I never planned to watch.
Exactly. You forget why you picked up the phone in the first place. Do you have notifications turned on?
Only for messages and important apps. I turned off notifications from shopping apps because they were constantly telling me about sales. 20% off for the next 2 hours.
Yes, they create a feeling that you must buy something immediately, even if you didn't want anything before seeing the notification.
Exactly. Do you use your phone before going to sleep?
Unfortunately, yes.
Do you think it affects your sleep?
Probably. I sometimes say I will check my phone for 5 minutes, but then I stay awake much longer. The light and the information keep your brain active.
I have tried leaving the phone in another room, but then I worry that I won't hear my alarm.
You could use a normal alarm clock, a separate machine only for telling the time.
Ah, yes, I remember those. Do you think technology has improved our lives in many ways?
Yes, it is easier to communicate, find information, and stay connected with people who live far away.
I agree. I can speak to a friend in another country immediately and see their face on the screen. Plus, you get lost much less often.
Fair enough.
Technology also makes everyday tasks easier. We can pay bills, book tickets, and order food in a few minutes, but it can become a problem if we never switch off.
Yes, some people feel they must answer every message immediately. Work can also follow you home because emails are always available.
That is why I try not to check work messages after a certain time.
Are you successful?
Most days, if something is truly urgent, someone can call me.
Let's review a few technology words. To scroll means to move up or down a page on a screen. I spent an hour scrolling through social media.
To charge a device means to put electricity into its battery. My phone is almost dead. I need to charge it.
A notification is a message or alert that appears on your device. I received a notification from the bank.
And screen time is the amount of time you spend looking at a phone, computer, or tablet. I'm trying to reduce my screen time.
Let's repeat. I was scrolling through my phone.
I need to charge the battery.
I received a notification.
I'm trying to reduce my screen time.
Now, answer honestly. How many hours do you spend on your phone every day? Which app do you use most often? And do you think technology helps you or distracts you? Speaking of healthy habits, do you exercise regularly?
I try to exercise 3 or 4 times a week, but it depends on how busy I am. What kind of exercise do you do?
I walk a lot, cycle when the weather is good, and occasionally go to the gym.
What do you do at the gym?
Some strength exercises and a little cardio. I'm not trying to become a professional athlete. I just want to stay active and feel healthy. Do you enjoy the gym?
Sometimes. I enjoy the feeling after exercise more than the exercise itself.
I think many people feel that way. The first 10 minutes can be difficult, but afterwards, I usually feel more energetic. What stops you from going?
Mainly tiredness. After a long day, the sofa looks much more attractive than the gym.
The sofa is a powerful competitor.
Very powerful. What exercise do you enjoy?
Walking, yoga, and swimming.
How often do you swim?
Not as often as I would like. There's a swimming pool near my home, but it becomes very busy in the evenings.
Could you go in the morning?
In theory, yes, but getting into cold water at 7 in the morning requires a level of motivation I do not currently have.
That is understandable. I walk most days, though. I usually take a longer route home from work.
How long do you walk?
About 40 minutes. It helps me relax and mentally separate work from the evening.
Do you listen to anything?
Sometimes music or a podcast, but occasionally I walk without headphones.
Why?
I spend so much of the day listening to information that it feels good to have some quiet time.
That makes sense. How important is sleep for your energy?
Extremely important. If I sleep badly, everything feels more difficult the next day. How many hours do you need?
Around 7.5. Less than 7 hours is usually not enough.
I need about 8 hours, but I don't always get them.
What keeps you awake?
Sometimes work, sometimes my phone, and sometimes I simply start thinking about things at the wrong time.
Why does the brain suddenly want to solve every problem at midnight?
Exactly. During the day, everything feels manageable. Then at midnight, the brain says, let's remember every embarrassing thing you have ever done.
Very helpful. Not helpful at all. Do you have a bedtime routine?
I try to stop working at least an hour before bed. I make tea, read for a while, and keep the lights low.
Does reading help you sleep?
Usually, unless the book is extremely exciting. Then I keep reading and create a whole new sleep problem.
Like your documentary last night.
Exactly.
Let's review a few health expressions. To stay active means to continue moving and exercising regularly. Walking every day helps me stay active.
To stay active means to continue moving and exercising regularly. Walking every day helps me stay active.
Energy is the physical or mental power you have to do things. I have more energy in the morning.
Exhausted means extremely tired. I was exhausted after the long journey.
And a habit is something you do regularly, often without thinking. Drinking water in the morning is a good habit.
Let's repeat. I'm trying to stay active.
I have more energy today.
I feel completely exhausted.
I'm building a healthy habit.
Now, think about your own health. What kind of exercise do you enjoy? How many hours do you normally sleep? And what healthy habit would you like to build?
Do you live in a house or a flat?
I live in a flat, not far from the city center.
How long have you lived there?
Almost 3 years. I moved there because it was closer to work and had better public transport.
Do you like the area?
Yes, it is lively during the day, but my street is quite quiet in the evening.
What's nearby?
A supermarket, several cafes, a small park, and a library. There's also a weekend market about 10 minutes away.
What do they sell at the market?
Fruit, vegetables, bread, cheese, and some handmade products. I don't go every weekend, but it's nice when I have time. What do you like most about your flat?
The living room. It has a large window and gets a lot of sunlight in the afternoon.
Do you have a good view?
Not exactly. I can see the roofs of other buildings and a few trees, but the light makes the room feel warm.
Do you have many plants?
Quite a lot.
How many?
Around 20.
20 plants is more than quite a lot.
Some of them are very small. They still count. Fine, I have many plants.
Are you good at taking care of them?
Most of them are doing well.
Most of them?
Some of them have had difficult periods.
What happened?
I gave one plant too much water and another one not enough water, so plant care is complicated.
More complicated than people think. Every plant wants something different.
What do you like least about the flat?
The kitchen is a little small. It is fine for one person, but if 2 people try to cook together, it becomes crowded. Do you rent the flat?
Yes.
Is your landlord helpful?
Usually, if there's a serious problem, he responds quickly.
Have you had any problems recently?
The heating stopped working for 2 days last winter.
In winter? That is terrible.
It was very cold. I wore 2 jumpers inside and used a small electric heater.
How quickly did they repair it?
The landlord sent someone the next morning, but they needed a new part, so it took another day.
At least it was fixed.
Yes. Do you know your neighbors?
A few of them. The woman next door is very friendly, and we sometimes collect deliveries for each other.
That's useful.
Yes, but the people above me can be quite noisy.
What do they do?
I'm not completely sure, but they seem to move furniture late at night.
Maybe they enjoy redesigning the room every evening at 1 in the morning.
Perhaps they have their best creative ideas at night.
I have thought about speaking to them, but I don't want to sound unfriendly.
You could explain politely. What would you say?
Hi, I'm sorry to bother you, but I can hear quite a lot of noise late at night. Would it be possible to keep it a little quieter after 11?
That sounds reasonable. It's better than waiting until you become extremely angry.
What is your favorite season?
Autumn, definitely.
Why autumn?
I like the cooler weather, the colors of the trees, and the feeling that everything becomes calmer after summer. Do you not mind the shorter days?
A little. We covered a lot of English today. We talked about morning routines, work and daily responsibilities, cooking and restaurants.
You heard useful vocabulary, natural expressions, and many common questions. You didn't need to memorize everything. You simply listened and followed a natural conversation.
Some phrases may already feel familiar. Others may need more time, and that is completely normal. Language learning happens through repeated contact.
When you hear the same phrase in different conversations, your brain slowly understands how it is used. Then one day, the phrase comes into your mind right when you need it.
That is why listening regularly is so important. You don't need to study for 5 hours every day. A little English every day is often much more useful than one very long study session once a month.
Listen while you travel,
Walk or prepare food. Repeat the expressions you find useful. Try to answer simple questions about your own life, and remember that mistakes are part of the process.
You don't have to wait until your English is perfect before you speak. Your English improves because you use it.
If you listened until this point, you have completed around 18 minutes of English listening practice. That is definitely something to be proud of.
Before you leave, write one sentence in the comments and tell us which section you found most useful. You could write, "To be honest, I enjoyed the restaurant section most," or "The section about work was useful because I need English for my job."
Try to use one expression from today. Your sentence does not need to be perfect, just try. We will see you in the next episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on Fleur Fluency today. If this podcast helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's learning English. Sleep well, everyone, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.